My name is Jsp-E, better known as Dealrafael Jsp-E, representing the Lango sub-region and northern Uganda in celebrating the 18th annual Big Global Hip Hop Summit with my relatives in Uganda back to the source. My connection to hip hop started with the Bavuka Foundation, growing up learning and experiencing the power of hip hop. But growing up as a talented young person in northern Uganda, in the face of the LRA war, our communities faced economic difficulties and violent turmoil. I saw poor people in my own community, and that challenged me a lot on how I can use and share my gift with other people to make a positive impact in the lives of my brothers and sisters. Hip-hop has contributed a lot in my life. I say hip-hop saved my life. All the international platforms I have been to have been on a hip-hop ticket. I wouldn't have been a Commonwealth scholar or an African presidential leader. Shout out to APLP3. So it's powerful when a practitioner relates hip-hop to development work. It's very rewarding. I have also gained respect in my community. I am one of the few Indigenous hip-hop practitioners who will enter any office to demonstrate the role of Indigenous hip-hop in development work. I have done that with the soybean breeders at Makerere University, and we have started on a project to integrate music in agriculture. So what I'm doing so that the next generation can build on the foundation that I am putting now, I am continuing to build and take more responsibility in passing out the knowledge to the young practitioners, making the art better and better. I started from a narrow path, being able to produce my first song, and then people were asking me, are you gonna hit? Are you going to make money? And I was not really bothered about that. I took another step to go and make shows, just to try and see, can people clap to my song? Can we enjoy together? Can we dance together? And that was all about making some research. And my job was to bring that genuine feedback back to the street, telling people, yeah, there is good news in the field. Please follow your thoughts. Please follow your path. Please continue to go hard in the movement. It wasn't about the Indigenous hip hop that I was introducing, but about the question of, can I share with the talented youth in my community so they can feel the power of hip hop and be able to succeed? So who's that builder who doesn't want to improve on his own art? As for me, I stuck to my vision. Another thing that I want to do, as long as I am still in this country, being available for consultations and sharing that genuine knowledge, being a reference for the young practitioners and builders is exactly what I want to continue doing. So talking about hip hop and legacy, I quickly remember the slave time. Slave, slave, slave in America, working day and the night, planting sugar and the tea. When I was in America. So hip-hop was instrumental during the time of the slaves. And today, we are continuing to use hip-hop to reclaim our cultures and the black spaces globally. So it's powerful for reclaiming freedom. With all the years of building and the successes that I have personally witnessed, I see hip-hop creating a culture that will for a very long time set the rules of the society. And that's one of the powerful legacies that hip-hop will leave. For me, the Ugandan Hip Hop Summit gathering means a lot to me. It means building spaces, connection spaces, learning spaces, and a celebration space for the greatness of hip-hop culture in Uganda. It's powerful to meet and continue to sow the seeds of Indigenous hip-hop to the young people, young practitioners and leaders, so that upon their return home after the summit, they can be able to spread and demonstrate the power of hip-hop in their communities. So for me, the Ugandan Hip Hop Summit represents the legacy that the builders have created over time and presents that platform to pass on the knowledge and the blessing to the next generation of builders, practitioners, and the hip-hop scholars in Uganda. For me, being one of the longest running hip-hop events in this country, is powerful. Did I ever think that the Hip Hop Summit would make the 18th annual mark? Yes, obviously yes. It was just a matter of time. I believe that as we do our parts as builders, taking our journeys into the indigenous hip-hop movement, we were going to inspire that next generation of youth who would later get engaged into the movement and add to the critical pool of indigenous hip-hop practitioners, builders, and scholars to keep the movement even stronger. So a long-running hip-hop summit like this in Uganda provides us the space to celebrate and strengthen the building work we have done over the past decades. Bavuka Foundation has played a very important role in ensuring that the gathering continues throughout the years. First, Babaluku, the founder of Bavuka Foundation, started the indigenous hip-hop movement in Uganda, which is a powerful contribution, being among the first to introduce the movement and keep it moving is incredible. So, the Ugandan hip-hop gathering continuing throughout the years only indicates the passion of the builders and the care for the movement that was started. Still the same question again, who is that builder who doesn't want to improve his own art? To keep something running for 18 years, you must be a true builder of your own art, and that's incredible. So talking about the impact of Bavuka Foundation on the youth demographic and the hip-hop voice of Uganda, for me, besides demonstrating the power of hip-hop through emceeing, they took it to the next level of activism by engaging into sowing the seeds of indigenous hip-hop through influencing people from different cultures in Uganda to embrace hip-hop in their local languages. The Bayimba initiative, Back to the Source, so many hip-hop events for me have been powerful. Recently, Lango Indigenous Hip Hop participated together with the Bavuka Foundation in conducting regional youth remix conferences to equip the youth engaged in the movement with the knowledge they need to succeed and to power their communities forward. So, Bavuka Foundation has done a lot in fulfilling the fifth element of hip hop, which is knowledge. Overall, looking at the 18 years of building indigenous hip hop in Uganda, the future is very bright. I already see a new wave all over Uganda and people getting out of the emulation context. We have had the emulation phase for a very long time, where people are struggling to learn the best English they can, the best vocabularies, the best accent. You know, that has gone because back in the days, talking about hip-hop, people only knew about rapping in English. You know, there was nothing like the local language. So I believe that as people from the ghetto, towns, cities, and diverse communities rise and emerge, there will be a new generation of many builders, practitioners into the indigenous hip-hop movement because people have realized the self-value of their own identity.